Hello everybody, how's it going? So it's my turn to make my video now, and I'm gonna try to be very straightforward, not to bore you guys. So let's do it. So what makes a student prefer offline face-to-face lessons? Well, I think the reasons why a student would prefer to have offline lessons is maybe because they're very traditional and they do believe in that thing of having the book and having the teacher, and maybe having the classmates around him is what makes him feel that he's in a real learning environment. What makes a teacher prefer offline face-to-face lessons? Maybe especially if we are talking about group lessons, then I would totally think that offline lessons would be easier to control for many reasons. So mostly because you can control the people and you can have more yeah, I think the thing is control. Like you know how to deal with a lot of people better when you in an offline environment than online. Not to mention that when you are offline, there is, I think maybe there is still that feeling that the teacher has the power. You know, when I have this impression that when we are like private online teachers, we tend to be more submissive to the student. You know, we have to do whatever like he wishes, he wants for the lesson, and the student is that very special client that we have to kind of like respect and etc. When we are in a classroom, maybe in an offline environment, then the teacher has that feeling of power, like, yeah, I am the one that controls everything here, so you guys have to follow what I do. So maybe that power feeling, I don't know. What is difficult in online learning for the student? I think what is difficult is the technology, connection, and the attention, because many people when they are having online lessons, they tend to be distracted very easily because they have in a tab the maybe like the lesson or the PDF or the Google Docs or whatever, but in another tab he has the Facebook. And I like very like constantly, I when I'm teaching, I hear the beeps from messages from Facebook or Google Hangouts or anything like that is not related to the lesson, and they get distracted very easily. And maybe the connection, maybe because it's teachers, online teachers, they have to provide a very good connection from his or her side. But the student, sometimes they don't have this feeling that this obligation feeling that they need to provide also a good connection from their side. So that could be difficult. And what is difficult online teaching for the teacher? Also the connection, when the student doesn't have a good connection. And for instance, I have this student that I would think that he would benefit better from an offline lesson, because he's not very good at managing the computer. So basically that's the reason. If you're not very good with computers, if you're very kind of slow, you're not very familiar, then you don't benefit a lot from online lessons. And then I think that's a good reason to have offline lessons. Next one, some specific topics that are worth talking about. Giving online lessons to children versus grown-ups. Okay, so I don't teach children, and I wouldn't want to, and don't plan to, and so I cannot really opine. But okay, advantages and disadvantages of teaching online other subjects, not only languages. Yeah, I think that e-learning is becoming more and more popular, and many people can see the results from it, because especially if you're having like a private tutor, you learn faster. That's something that we know for sure, right? Because especially with languages, you learn a lot faster when you are having like a private tutor than when you're like having like a group, and then you have to divide the attention you have to divide the attention of the teacher with other students, and sometimes students they're not in the very same level, so things are very not well balanced. So online teaching other subjects can be a great idea, and yeah, I do think it works, but I don't think that I would be able to do it because I don't know anything. I'm very like I'm the one in need of these lessons, and I couldn't actually be a teacher of anything else other than Portuguese. Advantages and advantages. No, teaching in person versus delivering recorded sessions. That's very interesting. Delivering recorded sessions. Yeah, it depends. If the student is up for it, yes. Unfortunately, for Portuguese, my language, the language that I teach, I don't feel that the students are very interested in doing things extra class. It's a language that mostly people learn for fun, or just like to add one more language to their pockets, or because of travel reasons. So it's not very like for them. It's not like very necessary to master the language at a high level. So I'm not sure that they would be spending time watching videos of explanations or something like that. So they want interaction. So I think teaching in person is more like in my case. I think depending on the language, teaching in person is the best idea. And finally, the topic we can also the advantages of online and offline teaching. Well, I think that we've gone through this topic when we answered the other questions. So basically, advantages of online is that you have and you can have lessons whenever you want, the way you want. You are the one that is in charge, like you, the student. You choose what you want to learn, when you want to learn, and the teacher that you want to have. So yeah, that's the advantages. And the advantages of offline teaching, maybe actually I can only see advantages if you are not very comfortable with being in camera, or like talking to someone over Skype, or over like any kind of like speaking device such as Skype, like Google Hangouts, and also if you don't manage the computer very well. So other than that, I would say that online teaching and online learning is a lot better. So yeah, thank you and bye bye.